I'm getting my toolbox prepared for location maintenance. I really don't know what all I'm going to need because I don't know if there are any underlying issues with the game. So I'm just going to bring what I normally would bring for maintaining machines on location. That's going to be my full nut driver set right here. I bring two different styles of magnetic antennas for just in case purposes. The skinny ones definitely to get into tight locations in case the ball is stuck somewhere, whereas the bigger ones, you never know. A multi-headed screwdriver, so that way I can mess with Phillips as well as flat heads of multiple sizes, because this little nifty tool from Harbor Freight carries both sizes. So it's just a really nice compact tool, so I'm not having to carry around more tools than I need. There's my soldering. I will bring a handy dandy flashlight that could be hung or magnetized to portions of the machine in case I need to do any kind of soldering or work. A wrench as well as pliers, and this mainly is just in case. I don't anticipate using this, but for whatever reason, I know I've had times where I've needed a pointy object like this to remove like E-clamps and something like that. I don't think I'm going to need it, but I'm bringing it just in case. Better to have it, not use it, than need it, not have it. A full set of Allen wrenches. This is the usual sizes that I will be using when it comes to possibly making any kind of coil adjustments, or I'm not coil, but flipper and coil adjustments. A leaf switch adjustment tools. I hope I don't have to use these, but in case I do, they are there. Then I will have spare LEDs, my soldering tool, and a whole bunch of spare rubbers for replacement. Then close up shop right here, and then we'll get the road going. Oh, I almost forgot that I will be bringing my naphtha to get all the dirt and grime off the rubbers in Playfield, and my Novus 2 for polishing purposes, along with the needed microfiber cloths. Now, this is not all going to fit in here, but I will make do. I start off by realizing that the backlight for this particular machine isn't working. So I'm like, all right, well, let's try doing the WSS method. And it was at that moment I realized I did not get my damn multimeter. Once I got a multimeter from the operator, I was able to verify that, in fact, this bulb is shot. So nothing I can do about it at that moment. Moving on, I verify that there is no upcoming issues with boards, whether it be burning areas or, like something that's visually sticks out to me. All the boards look good, so time to move on and empty out the cache box. Now let's move on to the Playfield. I'm going to go over the machine area by area, making sure that there are no issues with the game. I want to make sure everything is still free moving, there's nothing that visually sticks out to me, and then I will begin cleaning all the rubbers and getting all the dirt and grime off of the Playfield. Whenever I'm going over the rubbers, I want to make sure I get all the way around, especially around the slingshots, because those are areas that are typically more dirty than others. The naphtha and cleaning on the Titan rubbers is super easy. Basically what I'm doing here is cleaning every area that the ball does hit. So stand-up targets, if they're drop targets, whatever. If the ball is designed to hit them, then they're going to need to be cleaned. Alright, all the rubbers are clean. Now to get the Playfield all cleaned up. Now, dealing with these location machines, I'm not going to be dismantling and going out of my way to get the orbits all the way in the back. That's very difficult to reach. Those that's for like deep cleaning. This is just for like upkeep maintenance to make sure the ball is really good in play right here in front of the player. Now we're going to make sure everything is mechanically sound underneath the machine. I will be going through the entire backside, messing with all the coils to make sure that they are free moving and that there are no issues. Then I stumble across a particular coil that has an issue. A very demanding coil at that. This VUC is what causes the ball to eject onto the playfield for play, and it is not able to freely move. So let's fix that. That's what the coil would be doing. See, notice it's not able to go completely up or down for that matter. So you're not getting the full stroke, which is going to inhibit the gameplay. More than likely just needs an adjustment. So that's what I do. Just a simple loosening of the set screw. Everything seems to be working just fine, so let's tighten it down in that position right there. And then I'll test it to make sure everything's all free moving. There we go. Alright, on to testing all of the switches to make sure that they are in fact being detected by the system. I'll go into test mode and just test all the switches. Moving on to the next game, Last Action Hero. This game, I'm being told that there is an issue with the crane not fully functioning, like going back and forth and picking up the ball. This is a high indicator that the crane needs to be retrained. Upon going through the switch test mode, I realized that there's a couple of other switches that are not being detected either. So here I am just testing it with the glass on to see what happens, and I can see that the ball, or the crane rather, is not making it all the way over to pick up after the VUC. So let's get in there and see what we got. Adjusting this crane can be a pain. It really can. Here I am testing it once again with the glass off in the upright position just to see if that changes anything. Still not making it all the way over, so definitely gonna need to be retrained. At this moment, I'm making sure that it's not just the switch that's been moved or the crane itself. It's then that I realize that it's definitely the crane itself that needs to be adjusted. This crane is held up by one set screw. One simple set screw on a rod is what keeps this crane in position. And this particular game uses a small Allen wrench head in order to get it out. Then on further investigation of switches, I noticed that the drop targets, some aren't working. And I'm like, well, okay. The diode on this switch is completely broken, and the diode on this one is completely broken. Very interesting. This one's good, so that one's being detected. On to Stargate. First thing I notice is that this rubber is about to blow, so I just finished the job. This game had no issues. All I had to do was replace the rubber and give it a cleaning. Alright, so far on this game, I'm having the issue where dive hole solenoid's not firing and the moving ramp. This thing right here is not moving, so we're gonna have to see if we got a bad fuse on that. Alright, so moving ramp, a slow blow half amp F24, which is this one right here, and it looks like it's blown. Let me get it out of there and see. The fuse was in fact blown. Once I replaced that fuse, the game took off, everything worked just fine.